50 episodes, guys. Indeed. So, where do I begin? How about I just start with my usual stuff? Greetings, fans and friends, and welcome to DeFrehn Live. I'm your host, Aidan DeFrehn. Now, as you may recall, last time on the series, I think I ended up doing some drawings. Actually, no, I think I ended up working on chatting with Clarissa a little bit. So, yeah. So, for today's episode, we are going to be revisiting one of my biggest... I don't know if I should call it a regret, because if I didn't make the show, I wouldn't be where I am today. But at the same time, the quality of the show... it's not good. Alright, so... I already set it up the playlist on the media player, so let me get that hooked up. And I already skipped the warning because I felt it was unnecessary, so... Yep, let's just jump into it.
Places everyone. Roll camera. Cue the logo.
Right off the bat. See this little mark right there? Actually, let me bring that microphone a little closer. That way you can hear me better. Alright, there we go. You see that little mark over there? That was actually... I'm pretty sure that was caused by me when I tried to finish the drawing and then I left that little mark for some reason. I don't know why it's there, but I eventually removed it in the special editions. Actually, yeah, let's... What you're gonna expect from the stream is me comparing the originals to what I would eventually do in the special editions. So yeah, let's continue. So, for the original, I ended up using Ethan James Tilton's 20th Century Fox Blender model. And then, I think for the special edition, I ended up creating my own version. Which, in terms of colors, is a little more accurate, but in terms of modeling, not so much.
Scotty.
You know it, Sam.
Oof. And that's another thing that changes throughout the entire series. Scotty's voice. His voice originally started off as male number 2 in Speakonia before eventually, I think it was episode 6 where I decided to change it to male number 1 in Speakonia. And that became his default voice throughout the rest of the series, as well as in the special editions where I ended up re-recording almost all of his pre-episode 6 dialogue. Let's read the chat. Alright.
Even though we're living in the 21st century, it's not supposed to be 21st century Fox. News Corp already owns that trademark. Also, where's the News Corp line?
It's the News Corp line's head off, and I want it to be politically correct.
Well, get the logo right. Or else.
Okay. Sheesh.
And shush the sheesh, you little
Yeah, that's another thing I should probably compare. The writing of the original, or lack thereof, is just... it's just terrible. A lot of lines feel unnecessary, and... of course, the unnecessary swearing that ends up happening quite a lot throughout the original series, and then I think I only slightly fixed that problem in the special editions. As you can tell, a lot of the lines are different between this and, you know. And another thing that... oh, I should also I should also mention this. There's this byline joke that I ended up removing.
Take it easy, Sam. He's trying to be funny. Stay. No, damn, crap.
And another thing that ended up changing would be... Another thing that changed was Sam's voice during, when he would yell at everybody. Apparently the text-to-speech program that I was using at the time wouldn't go any higher than, like, a pitch of 100. However, with the special edition, I ended up using a different program that allowed me to make the yelling a little more comparable to Dave Matson's logo bloopers, which this was definitely inspired by. One tantrum later.
Better get the logo right or I'll fire you, bastard.
And that's another thing. You couldn't tell this was made in 2017 when both my art skills were not good, and when my writing skills were very subpar. I almost clicked on Open Tunes. Hi, Aidan. How's it going, Mr. M? Also, I'm pretty sure it's A-I-D-A-N, not A-D-A-I-N. Otherwise, welcome to the stream. Yeah, see, OBS is still having that reconnection problem, so I'm probably gonna make this quick. So, another thing that's changed throughout this and the other thing is the frame rate. The original videos up until, I think, episode 11 were around 24 frames a second, and then everything after that was around 30. Whereas in the special edition, it's 30 frames per second throughout the entire thing. And the tantrum explosion is just the SpongeBob scene.
Dear God, dude, are you alright?
Oh, who the hell are you?
Well, I'm just a self-insert cameo, otherwise known as... Well, you can already read the channel name, since it's gonna be uploaded on the channel that has my full name on it.
10 out of 10 line delivery! No, really, this... I feel like this would have benefited, like, so much more if I actually had a script. And also, yes, this was originally how my avatar looked back in 2017. It's definitely changed. That's all I'm gonna have to say. It definitely changed throughout the years. Oh, and another thing that I never quite figured out was these white spots all over the background. Particularly here. Apparently, I didn't know that shape tools were a thing in Inkscape, which is what I made this with. And I think I also used the exact same program. I think nowadays I actually still use it. But I mostly use it for logo design and the occasional touch-ups of old projects. So, yeah, let's continue.
Well, whoever you are, get the hell out of here now.
Alright, whatever you say.
Okay, Sam, I think I got it.
Well, what are you waiting for? Show me. It's spiralineless, but I'll take it. Let's just go to Wendy's and get bacon fingers and Frosties.
Oh, and another thing that might be a little off is that until I think it was episode 8, episode 7, somewhere around that point, I never had a smiling variation for Microsoft Sam. So, as you'll see later, it's not going to be a benefit at all.
Okay, Sam.
And that's pretty much the end of that.
Places everyone.
So now let's get to episode 2, Ubisoft. Probably one of the shortest episodes that I've ever made of the series, both in the original and in the special edition. I'll point out the changes as it goes on.
We're all in our places.
With bright and shining faces.
Anyways, roll camera. Cue the logo.
This was actually a template that I used for... This logo was actually a template that was originally made by Ballywag, or Ballywag, or Ballywag, or Ballywag. I don't know how you change... I don't know how you say his name, but... yeah. Alright. I'm sorry, I don't exactly... Let's continue. Anyways, back to this. Yeah, this was all After Effects, and... apparently I could not find the original... bloopers for this. So I had to rip them all from the source for the special edition. I kinda wish I had the time to remaster them, but I don't think I do. And it might take a little longer for episode 11 of the special edition to come out because I'm currently making animations for the Pixar bloopers. So yeah.
Scotty.
And here we go again. I mean, we're not only like 2 episodes in and already we're arguing.
And that's gonna be another problem. The fourth wall breaking, I put in heavy quotations on that. Where every time somebody breaks the fourth wall, the footage from some home renovation series that I ended up finding the original clip that I used all the way back then, and then reused that for like a few episodes of the special edition. But then I quietly retired it. And by quietly, I mean totally in your face. Retired it, and then retired it. Anyway. And I replaced it with a special fourth wall break counter, which is a tally that, for some reason, tallies up all the fourth wall breaks that are made throughout the entire show. You'd be surprised at how many there are so far. Spoiler alert, it's in the 20s.
Aidan, what did I tell you about breaking the fourth wall?
Okay. Sorry about that.
Powerpuff Sam likes you, you know, Sam.
Powerpuff Lives Matter.
Oh boy, I was progressive. Say hello to Flo for me. I'm gonna move on now.
Stop acting like pussies and get the logo right.
Could you tell this was made in 2017? And also, yes, because of that joke, I had to remove it from the special edition. Could you tell why? Alright. Hey, how's it going, Patrick? So yeah, like I was saying, that Powerpuff Lives Matter thing, I'm pretty sure you could guess the reason as to why I removed it from the special edition. Let's move on.
Okay, sheesh.
And shush. Fucking sheesh. Stop.
Yeah, like I said earlier, the new text-to-speech program that I used for the special edition, that allowed me to make the yells a little more convincing. And a lot more like Dave Matson's, which is the series that inspired this.
See? Fired.
Yeah, let's skip through this.
Things are about to get interesting.
And this was the last scene. Yeah, there were only 2 bloopers throughout the entire episode. Apparently, I was just fed up with making the video and just ended it with my original avatar just eating popcorn. So yeah, let's get to the next episode. I believe this one's the Warner Brothers one.
Places everyone. Roll camera. Cue shield.
Wow, not even OBS wants to see this. Am I right? Alright. And episode 2 is the shortest episode in the series. Exactly. Alright. Wow, those dropped frames. Anyway. Back to the video.
Washing bros. Someone better bring in the bleach so Sam could drink it.
Could you tell this was made in 2017? Also, look at that crust. Oh no, 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 no. Stuff like this would never fly with me today. Also, this was like really early into my video editing days, and hence why you can see all the crust. Oh, and one more thing I should mention. Oh, here we are. Microsoft Mic. He only has one expression throughout the entire series. So I kinda just ran with it and just held that one expression for Microsoft Mic. Like I was saying, Microsoft Mic, he only had one expression, so that one expression, a lot of the time I would use that as the joke. Especially throughout the special editions.
Washing bros.
Alright, we already saw that. Another tantrum.
I'll fire you as
Now let's check on Aidan. See what he's doing.
Yeah, that's one thing I forgot to change in the special editions. The text that was used here. I was planning on using the font that I was using at the time, ESP Italic. But for some reason, I was too lazy to modify it. I might change it. I might make another version of this sooner or later. But yeah, Let's check on Aidan, see what he's doing. Oh, look at that crust. And that bad blue screening. Like I said, I would never let this fly today. I mean, I'm glad I could find a higher resolution image without a watermark. And I'm glad that DaVinci Resolve has a much better chroma keying thing to it. So instead of seeing parts of the background through the character, you could just see the character placed on the background. On a less crusty background.
It's good to be on vacation. Wait, what the hell? Ah, crap. I'm back in the studio again. Wait a second. Who's in charge while I was gone?
Apparently I took way too long to read, well, not really read my lines, but to say my lines. And that kinda persists to this day, but thankfully I've gotten better at editing my voice to make it sound like one coherent thing that I'm talking about. If that makes any sense. Like, compare this to, I think, that posthumous animatic, which was actually my first time doing any Foley things. F-O-L-E-Y, Foley. Which is where you take certain objects and then record the sounds of it to put into your projects. And a lot of the Foley sounds were mostly used for the newspaper, which I used by grabbing a regular sheet of paper and then just, waving it around the microphone. That sounds a lot weirder than it actually is. I am so glad Mary was changed. Her old design looked like she belonged in an animation from the 70s. And yeah, Mike is just Terrence from Thomas. He has the same face. It happened to me over a year ago when Rede Globo, or, I'm sorry if I mispronounced that, in Brazil's logo changed from a ball inside a rainbow screen inside another ball to a screen. Do you happen to be working on Silicon graphics computers with image software? I do not. No. I only use Blender. With a hint of DaVinci Resolve. So, back to this.
Well, first off, Sam was in charge. Second, it's good to see that you're back.
Honestly, I am so glad I changed his voice throughout the rest of the series. So yeah.
Why, thank you, Scotty.
Guys, let's just try to get the logo right. Okay, cue the shield.
Ooh, look at that crust. I was not the best finder of any pictures. And I couldn't even chroma key this out because it would look bad, even by my standards, back then.
Chick-fil-A.
Oh boy. You know I love me some Chick-fil-A.
Ooh. I never noticed this, but apparently these two eyes look very different from each other. I never noticed that until now. In the words of James Rolfe, what was I thinking?
Hey,
Come on, Scotty. We only have a couple minutes of this video left.
I mean, he's not wrong.
Aidan's not the only one who breaks the fourth wall.
Just shut the f*** up, Scotty, and get the logo right.
Okay. Sheesh.
That was actually ripped directly from, well, the sound was ripped directly from Dave Mattson, but the text was original. In fact, I like that spitting text so much, I tried my best to recreate it in DaVinci Resolve when I did the special edition. Ooh, look at that chroma keying crust. Sony, Magix, whoever runs Vegas now, the Vegas Pro line, please fix your chroma keying. Then again, I haven't used Vegas since Pro 13, so I wouldn't know if they did or not, so yeah. And that's another thing that changed. The atomic bombs, I'm using quotations again, that would be used throughout the series. I originally had to use the 20th Century Fox theme, but then I eventually changed it to the THX Deep Note, because I thought it fit the scene a little more, if that makes any sense. Alright, and then I think that's the end of the episode, right?
Well, guys, we don't have any time left. So, I guess that's a wrap.
And apparently it was a wrap, because after the scene comes the credits, which we're not going to look at. Alright. Bad crust, but you know you love some Chick-fil-A. And what is that last logo in the third blooper? It's Screen Gems. Alright. Next episode. I'm just glad these are like less than 5 minutes long. Alright.
Places everyone.
Konami. The fourth episode.
Before we start, I'd have two things to say. One, thanks to Sailor Moon Twilight Sunset Fan Media for requesting this episode. Second, we are doing the third Konami logo from 1991 to 1996. Alright, let's get the show on the road.
Yeah, I'm glad that I ended up removing those two notices in the special editions, because the people who are watching this who don't know who those two things are, they won't notice. Unless they watch the originals, in which case they will notice. Also, the return of the crusty JPEG. Couldn't you tell that I don't like my past editing self? Because this was all chroma keyed, and then compared to the special edition where I ended up making a PNG of this logo, and then I actually tried to find the same picture of this road, just in a higher resolution, but I couldn't find it, so I used something that looked similar. Also, Sega Genesis Evangelion theme. Oh, this was the thing I was talking about earlier. Microsoft Sam never had a smiling expression, so even though he's laughing, he's still frowning. That reminds me of that laugh without smiling challenge that was on Vine years ago.
My crotch. Fuck you. Someone who kicked me in the crotch.
Yeah, apparently the original Microsoft Sam had some weird problem with saying the word crotch. So I had to improvise. However, the new text-to-speech program that I used for the special edition seemed to fix that patch. I originally replaced the O with the U, before eventually replacing the C with the K. If that makes any sense.
That was me.
You're welcome.
Also, I'm pretty sure... I think out of all these, I think episodes 4 and 9 were the ones with the most amount of rewrites.
Funny how the rare jingle from Donkey Kong Country
Actually,
is
no.
playing.
Actually, no, I think I lied. Episode 9 is definitely the one with the most amount of revisions.
Over the logo.
Stop the hell out.
Put me down, Sam.
No. I'm staying out.
10 out of 10 set design! And 10 out of 10 editing!
Austin, officially signing on January 1st, 2017.
Yeah, that took up like a solid minute of runtime. And you know exactly why I had to shorten it when it came to the special editions. It just went on for way too long.
WBTS.
That's NBC's equivalent from our friends down in Boston. Then again, I thought WGBH was Boston's TV station.
Mike, why did you have to bring that up?
And for some reason, yeah, I have no idea why Sam was scared of it. Especially since I watched it, I wasn't even scared of it, so... Of course, this entire scene had to be rewritten for the special edition. Where Microsoft Sam doesn't even seem to be fazed by the logo in the special edition. Don't worry, you didn't miss anything special. It's just the scene drags on for so long. Oh, actually, I think we might have missed something. Apparently I used the MLG voice for the scary logos instead of one of those Robosoft things, because I didn't have the Robosoft voices installed on my computer at the time. This was something that would be fixed in episode 14, and the special editions.
Here's my version of the atomic bombs.
Yeah, see, this was the atomic bomb in quotations.
Well,
That was the thing that I eventually ended up using throughout the entire thing for DeFrehn's logo bloopers.
oh, thank God that's over with. Cue the logo.
Wow, talk about an instant switch up. Sam goes from, wow, I'm relieved, to cue the next logo. It's like a complete 180 from one emotion to the next. Something that I feel like should have been... Should I have kept that scene in? Should I have kept that scene in, I probably would have added another sentence that, you know, would lead up to the cue the next logo thingy.
This is New York's #1 news. Copy. Why would you bring up the WOBC logo when it's supposed to be Konami?
That logo was a request.
I don't care if it's a request. Give me the proper logo. You asswipe.
Take it easy.
Okay, I will admit, that's a nice recreation of those tantrum explosions. Wait, what? God damn it, I just broke the goddamn fourth wall again.
Apparently I skipped too far ahead. Let's rewatch that. Yeah, let's skip it. That was actually a video for Together Forever by Rick Astley. In the special edition, it's actually a different song. It's called Whenever You Need Somebody, but it's done by the same artist, Rick Astley. And I think the episode ended after this in the special edition. Alright, skip that.
Where should we go for dinner?
Where's? Shame on you.
And that's another thing. I don't know if this episode's out yet, but spoiler alert, I ended up changing the restaurant's name. Take that for what you will.
Great plan, Sam.
And then I guess that's it. Let's read the chat. How's it going, DMB? I'm on the stream while also being on the Jacob Harvey stream. Together forever and ever, 2 hearts. That Rick Astley joke made me laugh. Yeah, I feel like I might have made that one a little bit better when I did the special editions. Alright, back to it. Oh, I should also mention, a lot of these have very unnecessary intros. Oh, and one more thing I should note about this is that apparently there's this DeFrehn network watermark that I couldn't be bothered to remove, no matter how hard I tried.
Places everyone. Roll camera. Cue the logo.
Oh yeah, I also tried to find the logo that I was using in that thing, but I couldn't find it. Apparently, the person probably took it down. And by it, I mean the original video that I used back then. So of course I couldn't be bothered to find it. Alright.
Sega, the company that went from making games about Sonic to making games about spreadsheets into decades.
That was a joke that I stole from Honest Trailers. Honest Game Trailers. And of course, this was one of the jokes that had to be altered in the special edition to make it a little more topical. Yeah, as you can tell, there's a lot of rewrites. As you can tell, there were a lot of rewrites when it came to doing the special editions, and I'll be sure to point them out.
I'm glad that Sailor Moon fan arrived. Twilight Sunset fan media BOI requested this logo.
Well, I'm not. Ooh. Anyway.
Don't start that bull crap with me, Sam.
Oh, Scotty, your voice changed.
It's all about to change. Sam, it's all about to change.
If that line is not cheesy, I don't know what is. That's probably the cheesiest line I ever had Scotty say. And this would be the second iteration of Scotty's voice changing. Well, the first one, actually. As the series went on, Scotty's voice would only change by pitch, rather than by actual voice, you know? If that makes any sense.
Whatever. Anyways, Scotty, why the hell would you put the Sega logo in front of the WDJ logo?
That logo was a request,
Don't give me that request bullcrap.
but it's true. Look.
Oh boy! Also, look. This is one of those things where you have to... This is one of those blink and you'll miss it. Oh look! Hopefully Paramount doesn't sue me for this. Or Austin Evans. Or VOX. Or Alex Halford. Or The Gamer. Alright, next.
Your bullshit. Give me the proper logo or you're fired.
Okay. Sheesh.
Just the goddamn sheesh.
That was actually a line that was removed from episode 5, and then I think it was reinstated in, I think, episode 9 of the special edition. Now, back in the day, this was the only Namco logo I could find. So, of course, I ended up changing it for the special edition. Well, it's the same logo, it's just differently paced.
Namco, the company behind great arcade classics such as Pac-Man, Did Dug, and Tekken.
All of which Aidan has played.
That's it. I had enough of this. Scotty, you were fired.
You off. You didn't hire me right, so
Oh, wait. Hang on.
fired.
Hang on. I think I have to showcase this.
Sam, why would you fire me? People request logos just to piss you off. You didn't hire me right, so
Scotty, you're not proving your point whatsoever. Could you tell these don't have a script to them?
you hear me, you piss me?
Alright.
Take it easy. Sven.
Alright.
I'm
That's a record for this channel.
Okay, can't we just get the logo right?
You took the words out of my mouth.
I think this entire episode had to be rewritten to fit my more modern standards. And that was the only line that I left intact.
Scotty.
Sam.
How many times do I have to tell you to stop mocking me? How does it? You're fired.
This is the second time you fired me, and I'm still here.
Don't state the obvious. This time, it will be permanent. And don't even think about coming back.
5 out of 10, needs more sound effects.
Microsoft Sam, come in my office this instant.
Or whatever that meme was. You know that meme? Where it was Doom music upon, like, one of those inspirational poster thingies? It's a lot funnier than it sounds. Alright. Skip.
I'm a research.
Skip. Actually, by sheer luck, I ended up finding the original video that I used back then, and in a way, it's kind of like a remaster of the video, but at the same time, it's really not.
Oh news, methinks I goofed again.
You think's right, Scotty. Let's just get something to eat.
Where should we go to eat?
Where else? Shame on you.
I'm pretty sure I ended up reusing a lot of jokes from the previous episode, that I just ended up rewriting the previous episode.
Okay, nice plan.
And yep, that's it. Let's read the chat. Look who's back. How's it going, Tony? Okay, there we go. Let's read the rest of the chat. It's all about the change. Microsoft Scotty 2017. Namco Spamco. Alright, and look who's back. Yes, indeed, we are back. Alright. Next episode. I think this episode was either Disney or something else. I don't know. Oh no, this was 20th Century Fox again. Oh, and I should actually mention, look at this title card. This is the only remnants of what the original logo bloopers used to look like. Also, I forgot to add text that said again, because this is essentially a rehash of a previous episode. Alright, skipping this. Alright. See, this scene was actually stolen from the Ren and Stimpy adult party cartoon episode called Life Sucks. It was a deleted episode, of course, but apparently I was a very big Ren and Stimpy fan at the time, and of course I wanted to show people that, and I essentially stole a lot of jokes from Ren and Stimpy. Which kind of makes me a hypocrite because I criticized the 2016 Powerpuff Girls for doing the same thing, but yet I do the same thing. Hypocrite. Kinda. Yeah, I'm not gonna end up redoing that line.
Morning, Scotty.
Good morning, Aidan.
And good morning to you, Sam.
What's so good about it?
Why, I'm shocked you asked. So, there's this person called Kid Silvestro, and he wants us to do another episode of 20th Century Fox logo blooper.
Fun fact. I actually used this audio for the Louis Phantom pilot for no reason whatsoever other than to have some sort of Easter egg that ties into my previous works. So yeah, that was essentially my voice back in 2017, 2018. You know, that kind of thing.
So, that's what we're gonna be doing today. So, let's just hope that we get the logo right.
Hours later.
I tried to find the original video in its original aspect ratio, but I couldn't find it. So I had to change that in the special edition to a SpongeBob title card. Also, you can tell in the special editions that I had to re-edit a lot of my own lines to make it sound a little more coherent.
It's been 8 hours, and we can't even get the logo right. So, okay. We only have like 4 more hours of work left. So, let's just try to make the best of it. Alright, Scotty, let's try to get the logo right. Anyways, cue the logo.
Ooh. Like I was saying. Ooh. Crusty 20th Century Fox logo. Crusty. I would not let this fly today. Of course, a lot of the beats in the special edition were already used in the original, so... Except I had them in the proper resolution instead of cropping them to 16 by 9.
The company we all know for Full House and Family Matters.
I think they also collaborated with Telepictures for a short period of time.
Not again, Mike. Why did you bring it up again? Stop.
This is getting annoying and pointless. Like the time you became president.
What do you mean?
Okay. I feel like I should point this out. I'm sorry if I'm interrupting this, but I have to point this out. Remember when I said I stole a lot of Ren and Stimpy jokes? This was one of them. I think this originally came from the episode Stimpy's Fan Mail. where I think Ren is in the president's chair and then calling somebody, going, "What do you mean you don't agree with me? Do you know who you're dealing with?" And then he presses the button. And then I'm pretty sure, yeah, it's the same beats as everything else.
Wish I didn't remember that time.
I wish I didn't remember that time either.
Holy shnikes, we're running out of time.
Yeah, could you tell that I try to remove any cringe from these very, 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 very cringe videos?
Alright, just cue the logo. I bet this is gonna be the shortest episode in the series.
Actually, you're wrong. It's Ubisoft. Self-promo! 'Cause I loved doing that back then.
Oh news, methinks I goofed again.
You think's right, Scotty.
Wow. We actually made it through an episode without Sam firing Scotty. Well, made it through an episode without Sam firing Scotty. Well, that's a series first. Anyways, ain't I a stinker?
Yeah, a lot of things had to be edited from what they used to be. Alright. Let's read the chat. Come on. There we go. Alright. Good. Episode 6. A remake before, but a parody now. Kinda. 7 a.m. Oh no. And was that house in the beginning your real house? It actually used to be. I live in a different house now, but back when I was filming that, it was. Also, another fun fact. That shot of the house that was in the beginning, that was actually derived from the pilot called, well, a pilot called The Toys, some series I ended up thinking about for some reason. Alright, out of context. The change to a SpongeBob time card was perfect. Alright. Crust TCF. And Disney was episode 6. Yep. Lorimar VHS. Ohio. Lorimar again. Lorimar. Wherever you were. Don't get too fair. Oh no, it's Tear. Driving in my car. Going pretty far. Oh no, it's Tar. Could you tell I took a lot of cues from Cat Icarus? Yeah. Alright. Next episode, Disney. Gonna skip through this. It's basically just a rip-off of THX's text logo.
Read them. Thank you and enjoy the show.
Wow, that was already like 25% of the video. It was just dedicated to me just making a complete butt of myself. Kinda, not really. One of them was a warning, and the other was just there for no reason whatsoever. Alright. On to the episode. Oh, and this. I almost forgot about that. Yeah, that's literally like 25% of the video already.
Places everyone. Roll camera. Cue castle.
Yeah, you can honestly tell that I just want to bloat these for 4 minutes minimum. But I think in the special editions, the timeline, well, the times of the videos are a little more inconsistent. But it completely obliterates all the bloatedness of the original, if you get what I mean. Now, this was actually... I think this was Thomas Percival's remake. Or TP Percival. I actually used his model for the original, and then I ended up using my own remakes for the remaster, or the special edition. Anyway.
Here we go again.
Sam gets mad at Scotty for screwing
Oh, a slightly less crusty Mary.
with the logo and Scotty.
That sounded very weird. Don't take that out of context. Please. Please.
Throws a tantrum to make Sam
Please.
rehire Scotty.
Also, what she was trying to say, that Sam and Scotty thing, that was the most idiotic thing I've ever heard.
Shut the hell up, Mary. Nobody told you to break the fourth wall.
At least I don't look like some kind of fat ripoff of all those UPA cartoons.
This was when I was just figuring out what UPA actually was, and what my art style wanted to be. Alright, next.
The CW, the guys that brought us the Big Bang Theory.
Our whole universe was in a hot, dense state nearly 14 billion years ago. Expansion started. Wait, we're still talking about that show?
Yeah, see these white things right here? They kinda ruin the illusion of me dancing there. And it was off time. Something that I eventually fixed in the special edition.
Well, I guess that's alright with me. Besides, I mean, I only watched like a couple episodes, but yeah, just cue the next logo.
Bazinga! I think I ended up using a different Capcom logo in the special edition.
Well, I like it. I like it a lot.
I think what I tried to do was a Dumb and Dumber reference. It was like, I like it a lot. Also an editing error. I was gonna have this fade in with the Disney logo, but it didn't. Alright, let's skip. Alright, skip it. Skip it. Skip it.
Holy.
I feel like that Pinkie Pie thing was the only thing that held this thing together. But for the sake of consistency, I kinda had to remove her from the special edition. Well, that, and because of the cancellation of Friendship is Magic by that time.
I don't know how long this is gonna go for.
Also, I only edited in the beep to carry on for, like, a thing, and then you can hear a slight gap in between the beeps. Whereas in the remaster, or special edition, I ended up crossfading it. That way, it sounds like one continuous beep. Alright. Let's take a look at the chat. What do you think about that? What are you trying to say? CWW now. Dance. Dance? No, it's Bazinga! Anyway. Episode 8. I forgot what episode 8 was, so yeah.
Places everywhere.
Oh, it was level 5. I tried to find a watermarkless version of the level 5 logo in, like, a better frame rate than what I was going for, but I couldn't find it. So, yeah.
You get the drill, especially after 7 episodes. So,
Alright. Skip it. If anybody has epilepsy, I am so sorry.
Oh boy, I bet this logo gave everyone in Canada seizures.
Ooh, and speaking of Canada, I was actually there this summer.
no one needs your comments, Aidan.
Sorry about that. I think somebody gave me a text message. Hang on, I'll be right back. I gotta take this. Sorry about that, folks. It's always text messages. Yes, it is. Alright. Back to this.
No one needs your comments, Aidan.
This just in. The worst person you know just made a good point. That's literally the vibe I'm getting right here, you know? Alright, let's skip it.
Am I the only one who loves this logo?
Because it goes on for way too long? Probably. Yeah, I think I ended up finding this logo. But I ended up keeping the original aspect ratio instead of cropping it to 16:9 in the special edition, of course. Alright. Oh yeah, this was also... Oh, a little behind-the-scenes trivia. When I was making expressions for Scotty, I accidentally modified the original. So the original that was in like the first 6 episodes, that ended up getting changed into what we see now, if that makes any sense.
How many times do I have to tell you to stop mocking me? That does it. Scotty, you are fired.
Also, that's another one of those rewrites that I think I kind of salvaged it in the rewrite or the special editions. You know, that little old Sammy doesn't like it when anybody steals anything from him, if that makes any sense.
You realize I have to pull out a scary logo. So, take this, you asswipe.
But do you have to, Scotty? Do you have to? Do ya? Do you? Do you? Do you? Alright, let's skip this.
Not the CBS light from hell. Please don't take my soul.
I think the only reason this is scary is because of the old film effects. Alright, let's skip it. Skip it, skip it. Ooh, actually, you know what I should get? A soundboard. That way I can put in sound effects for whenever I need sound effects. Like right now with the skip it thing. I should look into that. Right after the stream, of course.
Oh come on, I stocked a scary logo, and this is the thanks I get.
What's wrong? I thought you liked this logo.
I didn't say that.
Guys, I think we're done with today's episode.
And I think that's the last scene. Yep, that's the last scene. Alright. That almost ruined me. Anyways, episode 9 was what I was trying to say. I think episode 9 was CBS.
Places everyone. Roll camera. Cue the eye.
I actually originally wanted to use this CBS logo for the remaster special edition. Actually, let's look at the chat. Reanimated Kitty. Oh, Reanimated Kitty. Hello, the one. How's it going, Reanimated Kitty? Alright. So, back to what I was saying. When CBS introduced a new logo in 2021, I essentially had to rewrite the episode that I was already working on. Just like what I did with the next episode, episode 10, which I believe was Hallmark. In fact, the hunt for that Hallmark episode was so big, I essentially had to rewrite the episode from scratch until I eventually found the episode under the title blooper10.wmv, which I believe stands for Windows Media Video or something like that. Anyways, let's continue.
Boy, does that Lego logo satisfy me.
Same with me, Mary.
I feel like this next line is worth mentioning.
That logo is so cheesy. My cheese can tell it's bad.
I'm pretty sure the next scene was like a not funny thing.
Not funny.
My thoughts exactly. Like, what even was that so cheesy my cheese can tell it's bad line? Probably the worst thing I've ever written. Alright, and then My Network TV.
My Network TV. They used to air Seinfeld on that network.
It's a show about nothing. But hey, I love it nonetheless.
I think I recorded that line in a bathroom. It sounds like it was recorded in a bathroom. Because it was the only quiet place where I was living that I could actually, record my lines.
I know, right?
Scotty, I know it's a request, but get the logo right.
Okay, you forced me to do this. Take the...
Then it'll be demonetized for sure.
Yeah. For those who don't know, this was during my Nostalgia Critic, sorta fan phase, where I essentially stole jokes from the Nostalgia Critic, including adding the entire RSPCA PSA, that please give us a pound, or we'll have to pull the trigger. That one. That one that received a lot of backlash. So of course I had to remove it from the special edition. And I think you know why. Alright. Actually, let's take a look here. Oh, that eye will be fine. Well, I'm glad that you're fine, I guess. Microsoft Sam always keep getting scared. He's like a scaredy cat. Do you know he pulls the... Oh, right. Yeah. I'm sorry to tell you, but Ohio memes are not funny anymore. Alright. Skip this. TV now. More like TV no.
Take it easy, Sam.
This was one of the only lines that I left intact in the special edition. Everything else was rewritten from the ground up.
Hooray. We finally got the logo right. That's a series first.
I thought you'd never ask. Mickey ends.
Now this was one of the original lines that I ended up... This was one of the original restaurant... Oh, actually! I actually ended up changing the name of this to... Actually, is episode 9 out? Yeah, I don't think episode 9's out yet, so I'll leave it at that.
The last one and pays for the food.
Not till I get there first.
Me? You were barely in this episode! I highly doubt you're gonna get there first. Alright, hang on, I kinda have to take this. Alright, anyway. It's the Mickey Mouse MS It's So Safe restaurant, not dangerous at all. Alright. Yeah, and then that's the end of the episode. Alright, and then episode 10, this was the one I ended up finding. Talk about a bloated intro! Now this was when my original channel had like 105 videos on it. It was actually 106 by the time this episode came out, but yeah. Alright. Hang on. Alright. Put it on silent mode so I don't have to be interrupted. Yeah, this was during my Powerhouse of Entertainment days when I added that byline for no reason whatsoever. I am so glad I removed it and became an independent company.
Camera, QDH.
Alright. So this was the original version of the video. Not the rewrite that I think ended up becoming better.
Calico Entertainment? Yup, never heard of it.
I don't think anybody's heard of it, Microsoft Mike.
I heard they were involved with the Bugsy the Bobcat TV show pilot.
What could possibly go wrong?
What? The pilot is really bad. So why talk about it now?
Says the person who's never even seen it. Yeah, I still haven't seen the pilot to the Bubsy cartoon, so I can't really judge it. This was when I took everybody's opinion on everything, or should I say everybody's onion on something, and then just did whatever with it.
Speaking of Calico Entertainment.
Zodiac Entertainment. Calico Entertainment's wet buddy.
My thoughts exactly, Mary.
I think that was their only project, so yeah, I can't really... Yeah, I am so glad that I rewrote this episode. Into...
On one channel, it will not work here.
And you'll lecture. Scott,
Alright,
come here.
next.
Scotty, I'm gonna give you a lecture.
If it does not work on one channel, it will not work here. Soy, 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 Russell, 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 Russell.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but like I was saying, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe episode 10 was when Scotty's voice ended up changing. Like, it ended up being a permanent change throughout the next 4 or 5 episodes.
Stop stealing my left line and come over here, Scotty.
That left line is in the public domain.
For those who don't know, that was a Vestron video logo that's colored red, and the sound is changed for some reason.
That did not scare me one bit. He just painted the logo red and made the sound teenager. Not gonna work.
Alright, yeah, I'm gonna have to skip the... Oh.
You know what will?
What? Ouch.
Alright. I believe this is the last blooper. Polydor video. I have no comment on this.
Oh noes. B6 I goofed again.
You think's right, Scotty. We'll pick up with another logo soon.
What will it be, Sam?
I'll leave the viewer to decide.
Yeah, and I think that was the thing. Alright. Hang on. Do you know that's lost media? Because I can make a little about this right now. Oh. Like I was saying. He's really like a TTS dog. It's a video, but I do a... Oh. Yeah, I have no idea what either of you are saying, so... Yeah, let's continue. Episode 11, Pixar.
Cue the lamp.
Alright, and then this is the Pixar logo.
Right.
Alright. Sheesh.
And shush the sheesh.
I think this was when the series started changing for the better. Also, animation error. One of the lights ends up going a little dimmer. Like, I think it was right over here. The light dim, signifying that it was going to fade out. But it didn't. So, yeah. Just a minor animation error. Something that would eventually be fixed in the special edition, which I'm actually currently working on this episode. I might have to finish episode 12 first before finishing this. Ooh, actually. What if... Now hear me out. What if I made episode 11 episode 14? Nah, that's not gonna work.
Poor lamb.
The lamp's name is Luxo Jr., you know.
Also, notice how I rarely make appearances in these episodes now. It's a rarity. one more thing I should mention about this. I believe I ended up rigging the Luxo Junior model. I'm pretty sure... Oh, I'm also pretty sure there's a spring on here. I don't know how I did it, but I guess I did it. I don't even remember if I did the Luxo Junior model. It might have been somebody else's model, but I don't know.
But seriously, I think Luxo has a mind of its own.
Luxo sums up my reaction to this episode perfectly.
Skip. And I think this Luxo Senior model was actually from Thomas Percival.
Scotty, who is that thing taking Luxo's place?
That is Luxo Senior, Luxo's father.
Well, get him out of the studio and stop it.
Alright, and then...
No, didn't work. When will you learn that scary logos I've seen during my 7 or so years on YouTube will never work?
Ooh! About this blooper. Apparently, I made this joke back in 2018, and I'm pretty sure Cat Icarus made a similar joke to this in his Wondrous World of Pixar Games video, or whatever World of Pixar Games video that he did. I think that ended up coming out in like 2021, and this was 2018, so by extension, I made this logo first. However, I'm not gonna be suing Mr. Caddick for the joke, because I think he did it better than I ever could back in the day. Alright.
Should we try again, Sam?
Nah, I feel like Luxo has had it for one day.
And I guess that's the end of the episode. Alright. Alright. How's it going, DMB? Alright. Bruh, my Wi-Fi. I don't think it's your Wi-Fi. It's definitely OBS's fault that the stream keeps crashing. Also, how's it going again, Patrick? Alright. Next episode. Alright. I think this was Fox Searchlight. Alright. Alright, here we are.
Roll camera, cue the structure.
A slightly better resolution 20th Century Fox logo.
Wrong structure. I mean the other structure.
You need to be more clear on your sentences, Sam.
This just in. The worst person you know just made a very good point. And also, redundant joke. Redundant? Much redundant? And also this Fox Searchlight remake. This was actually originally mine, so yeah.
I saw that one coming.
Here we are. This marks as the first episode where Mary has her redesign. Unfortunately, it was only used in 2 more episodes. Because 2 more episodes later, the series would get cancelled. Alright.
Wow, you're looking beautiful today, Mary.
Why, thank you. I got redesigned to blend in with you guys.
Is it just me, or does this... I swear, OBS is just a pain in the butt today. Anyway, back to what I was saying. I think I like... Well, I don't exactly like this better than the original thing that I used for the previous episodes, but at least this has a little more style to it. Not exactly a good style, but still style. Oh, actually, I think I have... So recently I decided to draw the characters again. I'm not going to show it off because, well, there's no way of doing that without doxing myself, so I can only see the mock-up. Well, yeah. So yeah, I gave Microsoft, Mary, and all them a bit of a redesign. I wanted to do it for the special edition, but that would require a little more work. So yeah.
Less talking, more getting the logo right.
Well, how rude of you, Sam.
Though I do agree. You do look beautiful, Mary.
Debatable.
Jesus, who made that bed blow?
It only gets worse from here.
What do you mean?
Yeah, that BBC Two thing, that went on for like 3 minutes. Well, the video did, but I had to cut it short. That's right. It was long, even by my standards back then.
The 1986 Paramount logo.
Considering Pixar is owned by Disney, probably not.
I'm pretty sure they were asking if Pixar animated the Paramount logo from '99, to which they didn't. Which I actually kind of predicted.
Take it easy. What?
Skip.
Got this.
Ooh. I actually didn't know this before, but byline reflection, like, look here. And I guess that's the end of that episode. Alright. Mary looks so much better. If only Mike could be redesigned too, and have expressions, and a good mustache. Yeah, I honestly wish I could go back and redesign the characters, but maybe like 5 more years from now, I'll probably end up doing like a definitive edition of Logo Bloopers. DeFrehn's Logo Bloopers. And yeah. Alright. This was where that had to process the DBO logo because the static was made in After Effects, and I don't think any software could calibrate it properly, so of course I had to improvise. So yeah. Also, this was I think this was the second episode to be made in 30 frames a second.
Places everyone. Roll camera. Cue the text.
Alright. Alright. DeFrehn home video. No joke here. Just self-promotion.
Talk about a shameless advertisement.
Why? It was the only joke that I could come up with.
But is it though? Is it? Is it?
Wow. The first time Aidan advertised himself on this series.
Wrong! Sam and Scotty video.
Hey look, Sam. A dedication for both of us.
Well, how generous. But we still have to get the logo right.
Don't I get to appear anytime soon?
You are appearing right now, Mike.
Alright. Yeah, I couldn't really get the animation to line up here, so take that for what you will. And this was before I knew what a dope sheet was, so in Blender.
Okay, who is responsible for this?
Hey, don't look at me. It was that guy.
Oh, this was actually a cross promotion, because at the time, I was still working on Greenie Fathom episode 2, I think. Either that or Greenie Fathom, like, Bites, I think. Yeah, I think it was Greenie Fathom Bites. And then, like I was saying, this was the only other time that... This was the only other time I animated anything Greenie Fathom related.
Oh, come on.
Until the special editions, that was the best editing that I could do.
That's it, Scotty. You're fired.
Take it easy.
Skip.
Are you okay, Scotty?
Of course I am, Mary.
Guys, I think we have a logo to correct.
Mike is right. We have to get the logo right.
The following program is
Sneeze its feathers. How can a peacock sneeze its feathers off?
Beats me. But it's still funny.
Alright, Scotty. This is our last chance.
We got the logo right.
What should we have for dinner, Scotty?
How about a pineapple and ham pizza?
Rule number 1 of making pizza. You never put pineapple on pizza.
Last person in gets to pay for the food.
Like I said, rule number 1 of pizzas. You never put pineapple on pizza. You just don't. You don't. Apparently, I had some wrong tastes back in the day, because this episode was written when I had pineapple and ham pizza from some sort of pizza place that was selling it. Don't know where exactly it was from, but it was probably in, like, Maryland or something like that. And thank God we are at the final episode. Capcom. Let's go through this.
Places, everyone. Before we start, this will probably be the final episode for a while. So, to commemorate, I brought in 3 people. Introduce yourselves, why don't you?
How's it going? My name is Joseph. It even says it on my shirt.
This was during my Super Mario Logan fan days. Yeah, this was actually a character invented by somebody else that they forced me to add their characters into my show. Thus, not exactly So it's not exactly my show anymore. Also, these characters have no personality traits whatsoever.
The name's not a bot. The name's Sophie. I don't know where I'm gonna go after this episode is done.
Also, another fact. Sophie shares the same voice actress as the one Bridget had back in the original Greeny Fathom reboot thing.
Alright, with that said, places everyone, roll camera, cue the logo.
This was the only time Microsoft Sam ever smiles during this segment. Side note, I've only played a few Mega Man games before making this episode.
Good old Mega Man.
One of, if not the hardest NES games ever.
You'll realize it's supposed to be Capcom, not the games they made. Damn it, Scotty. It's Capcom, not the company that develops their games.
Or publishes them. I don't even know the terminologies there, since I'm not a video game developer, let alone a publisher.
Alrighty then. Sheesh.
And shush that sheesh. For the last time.
I was really hammering in that this would be the last episode.
Hit or miss.
I guess they never miss.
Could you tell this was made in 2019?
Stop with the TikTok memes. They are basically dead at this point.
Well, that sentence aged like... Oh. Well, that sentence aged like milk. Apparently somebody requested that this logo would be used. Apparently to scare Sam.
Was that supposed to scare me? Because, if so, they failed miserably.
God damn it. I knew we should have found a better request.
Actually, I'll let this explain it.
Mama, no.
It's a meme that I came up with not that long ago.
Apparently I was trying to make memes back then. It failed miserably. So I stuck to my place as a character designer slash comic artist slash animator slash flash archivist slash music producer.
Scotty, what did I tell you about using memes?
We never used memes on the show before, so why not do it now?
Can we just get to the point?
Get on with it!
Capcom did not even collaborate with Fox Interactive. Get it right.
Okay, I'll admit, I'm just taking requests from other pizzodes at this point.
Or failing, you're out here.
Alright, I think I got it.
And then finally... You can barely see it, but the logo shines a little bit. Something I aim to fix in the special edition.
Hooray. We got the logo right.
Let's get something to eat. I'm driving. Also, Sam's not coming with us for his greetings.
Also, Butterbot's voice was heavily inspired by the bully from Baldi's Basics. Actually, I think they just call him It's a Bully from Baldi's Basics. A trait that I actually carried into the special edition.
Wait, how did you know about my... Oh well, I guess I'll be killing myself then.
There was actually supposed to be a few more frames there, but apparently I forgot about them. And then that would end up bringing in the credits. And so... we finally made it to the end. DeFrehn's logo bloopers is no more. I am so glad. Ooh. Ooh, that boy ain't right. That was a bit of a doozy right there. Aidan advertises himself, cliche. Green Fatum. Who like pineapple on pizza? Pizza, pizza pie. Every second, bye, 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 bye. Alright, the only episode with special guests. Alright. Fun facts. Though Capcom owns the rights to all the Mega Man games, and is responsible for development. Are you sure you wanted to be the final episodes? Sam did say final episode for a while. I initially did want to make more episodes, but I figured since I was leaving the logo community, I figured I'd actually just throw all the ideas for any more logo bloopers episodes out of the window. You know, just throw it out the window. Yep. Mamma mia. Alright. Alright. Jam with me. Alright. Yep. It's high time we talk about this. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. Hang on, everybody. Let me do something for a second. Much better. Alright, everybody. It's music time. I actually finished the new thing. Alright. Let's see. So, what are we thinking? Do we wanna... which instrument should we play? I got maracas. I got piano. I got a ukulele, which I forgot to illustrate, but I still have. I have a stylophone. Which one are we thinking? Alright, so we got one for ukulele and one for piano. I think I'm just gonna go for the ukulele, if I can find it. I'll be right back. Alright, here we are. Alright, here we go. I haven't played this in a while, so it's probably going to be a little rusty. Alright, hopefully oh yeah, I should probably check to see if this is in tune. There we go. There we go. I know the suggestion would make more sense for piano, but can you play Peaches? Oh yeah. I hear your prayer, Jables, and that you're hungry for the rock. Yeah, it. Once I go back to the piano, I probably would. Oh, actually, a thing about Peaches is that if you actually play the chords on the piano, you actually get Never Gonna Give You Up by Rick Astley. Alright. What song should I play? We Are the Crystal Gems. There we go. Yeah, actually, I just learned that in the Charles. You guys ever watch Charles Cornell? He actually made a video on Peaches. And then, yeah, it's. You know, he actually plays the chords, and then automatically, everybody assumed that it was Never Gonna Give You Up by Rick Astley. So, yeah. Alright. What else should I play? Things that bother you never bother me. Oh wait. Things that bother you never bother me. Living in the sunlight, loving in the moonlight, having a wonderful. Right. By the way, the piano that Bowser plays has Ludwig von Koopa written on it, which is actually a reference to one of his kids that's literally named Ludwig. Yeah, I've seen the movie before. Ayo-ha-oi, ayo-ha-oi. I don't know how that song goes, so let me just play the original 4 chords. There we go. Bauer Jr. Actually, I'm pretty sure Bowser has... 7 other kids. It's like Ludwig, Iggy. I think one of them was named Spike or something like that. I don't know. Morton, and then something else. Yeah, the Koopalings. Thanks for letting everybody know, DMB. Alright. Alright. I played some riffs. Smoke on the water, innit? Yeah. I played some riffs. Alright. I took a walk down the town today. I work alone to get the feeling right. Alright. The new music time card looks cool. Well, Sorry about that. OBS is being a pain in the butt right now. Anyways, how's it going, Plush Blue? It's going good. Well, I'm glad it's going good. Alright. What else should I play? And congrats on 50 episodes of DeFrehn Live. Why, thank you. Alright. What else should I play? By the way, that blue shell scene is awesome. Yeah, it was. Well, what if she says no? Boom. You know that thing? Alright. 50 episodes. Congrats. Yeah, I feel like I should do something special for 50 episodes. What should I do? I just called... Oh wait, I don't think that was... There we go. Alright. Maybe just more drawing since it's your talent and passion. Yeah, I think I'll do that once episode 51 comes out. Alright. I just called to say I love you. I just called to say that I still care. Wasn't that how the Stevie Wonder song went? Alright. Yeah, I think I might end up doing some sort of 50 episode thing. I think I might end up doing one of those. I think episode 51 will have me focusing on drawing some stuff. Always like to see Aidan's art. Thanks, DMB, Antonio, and Patrick for the idea. Alright. Alright. Aidan's an amazing artist. One of my top 5 favorite illustrators, actually. Thanks. Thanks. Alright. What else? One more, and then I do the Q&A session. Oh yeah, this song. I like this song. Kiss me beneath the milky twilight. Yep. I still want to make that thing. I think it was the Google search video. I still want to do that video. I just gotta find the time to... still gotta hire some singers, you know? You know what they say, all toast is toast toast. Alright. It's like Harold Hutchins, and I'm more like George Beard. Harold's the artist. Oh yeah, the Captain Underpants. Alright. So that was the last song. For those who don't know what it's called Kiss Me by Sixpence None the Richer. It's a very good song. I highly recommend giving it a listen. Alright, so we finally move on to the Q&A session. I'm going for 3 questions per stream, so if you have any questions and you want me to answer them, leave it in the chat. I could sing. Okay, well, Well, I'll see which song fits you. Alright. And Plush Blue too. Alright. Yeah, I'll consider you two for something. The concept seems interesting. Alright. Q&A session. If you have any questions, leave it in the chat. Ooh. What genre of... Oh, yeah. What genre of movie is your favorite? That's a good question, actually. I always see myself as more of a comedy kind of guy. But mostly the kind of comedy, like, you know Will Ferrell? Yep. Yeah, like, I kind of like stupid comedy. I also like a lot of Will Ferrell movies, so I guess it kind of fits hand in hand. Oh, like the Ballad of Ricky Bobby. Alright. Sorry, I haven't seen most of this stream. I finished my first day at my new job at a local theater. Well, congratulations on your new job. Aidan, you really missed you. Well, first off, it's spelled Aidan with an A, not an E. Alright. Thanks, AD. You're welcome. I'm mostly into comedies like Ted and Daddy's Home, and horror movies like Saw and Friday the 13th. Yeah, I also like a lot of horror movies too, but it's more like stuff like that, like, horror movies that have a more comedic edge, like the Evil Dead franchise, or Child's Play, the one with Chucky. Are you gonna sing the Five Nights at Freddy's? That's where I wanna be, Five Nights at Freddy's. Five Nights at Freddy's. That's where I wanna go, Five Nights at Freddy's. Underneath the mistletoe. What did you like and dislike most about the Myro movie? Can't really think of any things to dislike about it, but as you can tell, my favorite part about the movie is Bowser. Wowzer, it's Bowser! Alright. Yep, Jables being Jables. Oh, right. Am I gonna see the Five Nights at Freddy's movie? I might end up seeing it. I heard that's going to Peacock, right? And then it'll also be in theaters. Man, I spent hours of my life stomping Koopas. Man, I'm a Koopa, man. Jack Black, Jack. For some reason, I have this YouTube poop stuck in my mind, where it's Chris Pratt going on a bit of a tangent about Koopa Man, and I am a new user. Okay. Yeah, I can definitely see, because you haven't really been on any of my previous streams, so, welcome to YouTube. Reanimated Kitty, so, yeah. Alright, so, join me next time as I think of something to do that's art-related. Once again, thanks to Patrick for... Thanks again, once again, thanks to Patrick for the idea. When Mario leaves his public safety to stomp... Oh. You killed my brother, you sons of a... Anyway. Join me next time as I think of something art-related. Once again, thanks to Patrick for the idea. Now, I'm afraid it's time for me to... Alright. I'm afraid it's time for me to go. Always remember... Oh, wait, hang on. But I'm afraid it's time for me to go. Remember, love with your heart, use your head for everything else, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!